why. Ain't been getting high, well maybe a little, baby, I don't wanna lie. I know when you text me, girl, I don't always reply. Well, you're not an angel either.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Nicolah. If you are new, hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by, and if you're old, you already know what it is. Thank you so much for being here. So if you click the title of this video, you already know that this is supposed to be a BAMBI inspired Halloween makeup tutorial. I suck at makeup, like Halloween makeup decorations and makeup designs and all that, and I wanted to think of something that was cute, fun, and you wouldn't necessarily have to go out and buy extra products if you usually don't do like Halloween makeup or maybe like set makeup in terms of like fake blood and like, you know, making cuts and like, or drama makeup, whatever. I know there's a specific term for it, but if you are like me and you usually don't do those things, you're not gonna have like, you know, fake blood and, you know, certain kinds of powders just lying around your makeup collection. So I tried to create a makeup look for Halloween that you can use things that you use on a daily basis. I used some felt tip eyeliner to create this kind of like nose lip kind of combo, and I used some white eyeliner, pencil eyeliner to create kind of like the doe-like speckles. So if you're interested to see how I got this BAMBI inspired Halloween makeup look, then stay tuned. Alright you guys, well first we're going to start off with primer. So I'm using my Shine Killer primer from NYX. I really like this primer because it helps with my oiliness. As you may or may not know, I have oily combination skin, and because of that I always go on top of my primer with a powder. So I'm using the Sacha Buttercup powder and just a big fluffy brush from e.l.f. Alright, so now I'm taking a spoolie and I'm just brushing my brows in the direction that I want them to go and kind of like shaping them. And I want this look to have a really dark brow, so I am using the Lock-It brow and eyeliner from e.l.f. The exact name will be in the description box below, but I know it's in the color Espresso or Espresso. How do you pronounce that, guys? And I'm just taking my spoolie and once again trying to blend those brushes in with the eyeliner. Alright, so now moving on to clean up the brows. I use my LA Girl Pro Concealers to clean up my brows. So at the top I'm using Toast, which is closer to my skin tone. And at the bottom I'm using Toffee. And I'm also going to take excess of that toffee and put that on my eyelid and blend that out as a primer as well. So I'm just adding extra toffee onto my eyelid to use that as an eyeshadow base, so I'm not crazy, guys. And for the top, I'm using a small e.l.f. contouring brush to blend out the top part of my brow. And for the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and use a angled fluffy brush from Crown. And then I'm probably going to go back in with that small contouring brush just to make sure there's not a buildup of product. Notice, you think that you know shit. All this shade is coming at me, I wonder who throws it. And then I'm going to go ahead and set that area so the concealer doesn't mix in with my shadows. You guessed it, guys, we're using tape. I love using tape to make sure that I get these really sharp edges, so you know it looks like I'm a pro, but I'm really not. But you know, that's just between us or whatever. Gentle reminder, guys, make sure to put the tape underneath your bottom lashes. So we're using the Studio On The Go eyeshadow palette, the cooler toned palette, and I'm just going to go ahead and use that white tone there as my base for the glittery, kind of more iridescent shadow we're going to put on top of it. So we're just going to go ahead and layer on that iridescent color like I said and build up the intensity as much as you like. Alright, so I'm using my NYX Sculpt and Highlight Duo to kind of create a cut crease. It kind of makes it easier for me to do this first step and then lay the eyeshadow on top of the concealed parts. So I just take the wand and I kind of just carve out wherever I feel the indentation in my eyeball. I know that sounds crazy, but that's how I know where to make the cut. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of my lid with concealer. Now I'm going to take that deep purple color and I'm going to take this smaller smudge brush and I'm going to pack that color on there. Now, to be honest, guys, this didn't work out the way I initially wanted it to. It was originally looking kind of patchy, and at first I blamed it on the eyeshadow, but I think it's just I should have just went in without the concealer. So I did try to go back in and blend it out with a smaller smudge brush, and it did help, but you kind of get the gist of what I was trying to do.
A girly I can get 'cause she don't get too many likes. A curly headed cutie I could turn into my wife. Wait, that means forever, ever, hold 'em, never mind.
Alright, so after that we're going to go ahead and add some eyeliner. I love to add some eyeliner, and I'm just using some e.l.f. liquid precision eyeliner in the color black.
Wait, that means forever, ever, hold 'em, never mind.
Now we're going to be adding falsies to this look later on, so I'm going to go ahead right now and add a coat of mascara. And this is a mascara from Wet n Wild. I don't know the name, but check in the description box below. So now it's time for foundation. So I removed the tape and I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundation. And this is in the color, I forgot what color it's in. It's in Cocoa. I can't remember the number, but the name is Cocoa. And I'm using a flat buffer brush from BH Cosmetics to blend that in. Side note, guys, this foundation is really hard to blend, so that's why I look like I'm moving really rough on my face. So now I'm going to go ahead and conceal under my eyes, and I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer once again, but this time in the color Fawn. And I'm just going to go ahead and conceal under my eyes and on the bridge of my nose. Now it's really important that you add an extra amount of concealer on the bridge of your nose to help shape your nose, kind of like how a doe's nose look. And to blend all of that out, I'm just using a densely packed angled blending brush from Crown. Okay, so it's time to contour, and I am using the Black Radiance Contour Palette in medium to dark, and I'm going to go ahead and take that dark color and hollow out my cheekbones. Now it's really important that you also add a little bit of extra contour than normally because you really want to get that brown thing going. You really want to hollow out your cheeks as much as possible and then warm up the sides of your forehead. Now I'm taking a smaller Sigma brush. I can't remember the name of it, but I just like it because of its shape and it really aids me in contouring the sides of my nose. So there as well, you're going to add a little bit extra contour than normally because you really want to bring the depth to the nose. And then I'm also going to go back in and kind of bring that contour up to my brow. And then I'm also going back in and adding some more concealer. So now it's time to bake, and I'm dipping back into that Sacha Buttercup powder from earlier, and I'm just putting that over the parts where I concealed, and I'm kind of reverse contouring as well. So for lashes, I'm just going to go ahead and use some Wispy Ardell lashes. I felt like it really lent itself to the look. And I'm just using some old Sally Hansen tweezers and some Duo eyelash glue in the color Clear. Now I'm going to go ahead and dust off that powder. And while I'm dusting off, I'm trying my best to blend in the remaining product. So now I'm going to go ahead and add some blush. So I showed you guys that top left-hand corner color, but I did go back into the other rosy color just to kind of add some depth to my cheeks. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab this felt tip liner from Ico. Now I found that using a felt tip liner was a lot easier to do this process. So if you can do it with liquid, by all means, but I did find that the felt tip helped. And I just kind of carved out the front of my nose and colored it in. And then I drew down my Cupid's bow, and then I went ahead and carved out my top lip and then filled in the rest. Now for my bottom lip, I'm just using this Sculpt Duo lip gloss from Tarte. The name will be in the description box below. And then to go ahead and add the last part to this look, which are the doe-like speckles, I'm just using a white eyeliner pencil from Wet n Wild. And this part is completely up to you. You can add them in whatever pattern you like. I was kind of going really random with it, wherever the wind took me. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. If you recreate this look, make sure to add me on Instagram and Twitter and @ me so I can retweet and support you guys. And until next time, you guys, peace.